Welcome everyone, this is Ryan from TKK Collector. This is one of the more entertaining things I get to do while running the Poke Chalet store. So, people will just drop off a collection and they're looking for store credit or they're looking for like cash buyout. Store credit for the most part, people looking to swap their duplicates for some sealed product. Now, this is something that was dropped off yesterday. I got 2 pieces collection. I think it was one person, but 2 collections they wanted to get analyzed. And this is what I do. So the first thing I do is, I've never seen these cards before. It was just dropped off as a lot. Bunch of, it looks like really good cards so far. Haven't seen them yet, but what I do is I'll take each of these cards, and here we got a Raichu Dragonite Full Art. I'll take each of these cards and I'll create a spreadsheet for the person. And what I'll do with the spreadsheet is I'll put the name of the card and the set number in for each. And I'll make a full list. Now if they have, a duplicate card here, if they have 2 Revavroom Re-X's, I'll list it 2. But what I'll do is for each card, I will go through and I'll look up the price on TCG Player. Now I'll look for the TCG Player market. The market is pretty good for these modern cards because usually there's a fair amount of transactions and the market pretty much has stabilized. So here's a case, we got a Charizard EX, we got 2 of them, so we'll look up the price for 1, and we'll see if there's 2, oh there's 3, interesting, and we'll mark them all up in the spreadsheet. Once we have all of the TCG market prices calculated, now here in Canada everything's in Canadian funds, so we do the conversion. Oh, look, we got a Morpeko Vunion. A Vunion. Keep these stuck together. We got a Pikachu VMAX, Voltorb. And when I have the market for all the cards, I'll convert to Canadian and I'll show them exactly how much value, like how much store credit they get for every single card, and the total. And before I add these to my inventory, before I start selling, I'll make sure that that person is okay with the trade-in. They've dropped off the cards. They're pretty committed. In most cases, they're going to say, yes, yeah, I'm good with it. Parasect, Oricorio, another Morpeko, and Hatterene. I don't know. Those Morpeko Vunions, they just do not move. They still have value. I think they still have they get like $1 credit or so. Raihan's going to be cool to have. People put Raihans in their decks. People like to bling their decks sometimes. Ortega, Pikachu EX, Charjabug. Now, Radiant cards do not move very much. Very few people buy Radiant cards, except maybe the big ones, the Charizard, the Blastoise. But I still take them. So that's the benefit when you do a trade-in with the stores. They take everything. And a lot of, I don't know, I think local stores, they'll give like a really lowball amount for trade-in or for even cash. So I think a lot of customers do use me because they know exactly what they're going to get. And they know exactly the methodology for calculating, the value. Kricketune. So I think on the screen, I'll show you what the matrix, what my Excel sheet looks like. And it's useful for me too because as a store, I need to keep track of everything. So every time I do a purchase for store credit, I have to add that line item to my summary. Pidgeot. There we go. There's a Radiant. Mew-V. Now, as you notice, these are all sort of lower value cards. There's a lot of them. As a store, I'm able to move these, right? These are a little bit good for me. People find my store, they'll look through, and they'll do they'll do work on completing their sets. But for the average collector, average pack opener, a lot of these cards are hard for them to move because they'll have to do a claim sale, they'll have to do all the shipping, all the work. There we go, a Pidgeot EX, nice. Frostlass, Bellibolt, people like the Bellibolt. There's a Radiant Blastoise. These, for some reason, are very liquid. I mean, I put this up for sale and people buy it very quickly. The Charmander, everyone likes that card. Gholdengo. And the Mimikyu VMAX. The Charmander. And the Artisan gold card. People like gold cards. I have one customer who wants me to contact them whenever like a gold card comes in, or a rainbow card. He's basically done all the other set work that he has, and when I get a gold card that I know that I haven't sold them before, I'll send him a note and say, hey, got this come in, are you interested? And in general, it works out. Like, it's a good relationship to have when you're close with a store. You do trade-ins when you're the person who is on the list to get the contact first for when that card comes in that'll help you with set completion. And some people just don't want to hit eBay. They don't want to. You can obviously find stuff on eBay, but you're often paying shipping. Whereas if you have a close connection to someone who sells a lot of singles, who works through singles like I do, it's good to know. Now, the same person came by and dropped off these two collections, and I'm going to look at the second collection. They're separate, as far as I've been told. I haven't even looked in this binder yet, and we'll see what's inside it. Master Ball binder. Ooh, okay. So, forgive the glare. We got Vanillish, Magby, Aipom, Loudred. So all these are actually really nice. Druddigon. Druddigon, that card does not sell at all. But it's okay. Oh, looks like they got some Shiny Treasures EX in here. We've got a couple of rainbows. We got some tulips and Ritas and Larrys and... Ooh, okay. Waifu. Yeah, all these cards. No huge bangers. Actually, well, there's a Tapu Koko up there, which is pretty neat. Ooh, Tyranitar. So it looks like this is a really nice... Oh, yeah, this is a really nice collection. And, oh, we're getting into the V's. There's an alt art there. Interesting. This is a really... Oh, Japanese. Japanese are a little harder to estimate. I think they're Japanese, yeah. They're a little harder to estimate, to price. So it's going to be a bit more work because I don't have TCG Player in order to price. A lot of these cards, let's see if we can balance. A lot of these cards will be just EX cards. And then we get into some older stuff. And the older stuff takes a bit longer to sell. But look at that Wish Cash. I mean, that's a cool old card, I gotta say. And it looks like there is some Korean. I think that's Korean. I'll have to check if it's Japanese or Korean. Walrein. So there's neat old cards. But again, these are not big hitters. These are things that mostly, I think, that's a cool Magic card. Mostly cards that were from a collection. As an individual, ooh, there's some Forbidden Light cards. As a collection or from an individual, they're kind of hard to sell. But with the site, with being the ability, oh, we've got some, holy crap. So this person has some stamped Cosmic Eclipse. Very cool. We got some stamped Cosmic Eclipse. We got stamped Unbroken Bonds, Darkness Ablaze. Wow, this is a really neat collection. And so what'll happen is I'll go through and evaluate it all and give the person the same spreadsheet with all of these cards, and I'll have to look up everything. And we got empty pages, empty. And we get into some other cards. So Dark Sandslash, Marowak, Lydian, non-holos here, Pupitar, Tyranitar, Rattata, Dark Flaffy, Dark Weezing, Heracross. So interesting. We got some older cards here, which get to look up. It'll be a little bit more difficult to price the older cards because the TCG Player market is not as exact. Look at this old Spinarak. Gotta love that Spinarak. Oh, and the Sentret. So I know also a collector who focuses on, they're not, I guess they're like Play-Doh or they're like clay cards, and they'll probably be interested in these ones. Oh, and a Voltarb. So this is a really interesting collection, and oh man, look at that old Grimer. That's awesome. So it's a fair bit of work, but I like doing this work. I find these cards are quite interesting. Getting to see an old collection is quite interesting. Yeah, and more of the same. Some similar old Psyducks. And again, I have to condition things too. So you saw some marked as light play. I'm going to have to condition those too and see what the condition is. So this binder is going to be a bit more work than the modern stack. But we'll see how it goes. I'll have to see if they want their binder back. Their Master Ball binder. It's still in good shape. So after I look at all those cards, I'll build up a spreadsheet. I'll send them an offer. The offer will be, store credit offer. Here it is. They get to decide. And I won't add them to the store. I won't put them up until that offer has been accepted. And then I will go through the act of making sure that I have an entry for every single one of these cards, or update inventory for cards that I'm already selling. The thing about doing a spreadsheet is I have current prices. I don't currently pay TCG Player for their precise moving price. To me, it's an extra cost that I don't quite need yet. I don't have the amount of singles that require huge fluctuations. That sometimes that's bad. I think I have a Rayquaza that's too expensive on my site, and I keep thinking, oh, I got to look up that price and I got to reprice it because no one's going to buy it at that old price. When it was at its highest peak in TCG Player. So that's the process at the store. Give me the cards. I build a spreadsheet, make an offer. If you accept the offer, then you get the store credit. You can choose anything I have in the store, singles, slabs, sealed, pre-orders. It all works. And, people get the cards they want for their collection. You can get some exchange. Basically, you're trading. You get an exchange for something else, for something you do want. So I like doing this. It's fun. Thanks for watching.